essentially continue on with the closed door series that we started on Monday. So, let me just review. All right, so. So, again, go ahead and just stand up. You're right. Remember though, as always, the biggest issue for us is spacing. So whenever you're within closed door, I have to start actually breaking down his posting, always. So because of that, there are a variety of ways that we can start breaking down the post. What I really want with this arm essentially is I want to make it into as much of a 90-degree angle as possible. Because once this happens then, in terms of being able to stop me from actually rising up and moving, it's pretty much not existent then. So he actually has his hand here again. So, a few ways that we can actually do this. One way is if this hand attacks this collar right here. So, we'll open up this collar, and then I'm gonna reach in, but watch. I don't stay straight on, I go offline, and I'm gonna open up. And as his arm is straight here, I'm gonna use the inside part of my hand to essentially cut up, and then grab a hold in his collar here. Okay, now from here, we did the arm bars on Monday, so because of that, I'm not gonna bother with that today here. But now we take this cuff grip here. Now, as I rotate back in, my elbow also comes up, and then I'm dragging this hand across hard right here. And whenever that actually happens, now we actually have him going across my center line. Whenever your partner goes across the center line, you pretty much know then this is where you have a lot of options for different style attacks. So again, we're here. Again, the first one is if we go underneath here. So now we actually go with a cross grip. We crunch up and then we actually rotate out. So you rotate out. I'm chopping up. So we chop up just to be able to grab here. Okay. Now, I could grab a hold and pull. If you're dealing with someone where this pull is just not going to actually work here, which is fine, then we basically take a baseball bat grip here. Okay, now the elbow, this elbow, mine, goes up, but as that happens, I'm pulling with my knees forward and we're pulling him here because see, look, this is like the problem with this hand. This hand typically is then going to be on the hip line. That stops my hips from actually coming up, but he doesn't have a 45-degree post here, which basically stops him from actually going down here. So we'll pull right here. Now, if he leaves his arm right here, he knows I will actually attack. So typically, what happens then? He actually lets go, and then as he actually lets go, because see how he's posting here. This gives me the options to do different style attacks. So let's actually just address this here. If his arm goes down here, and if you look, this arm is what? It's at a 90-degree angle now. That means attack options then. So if this happens right here, and we have pulled, this hand, right hand then comes up, we grab at his collar. I'm gonna open both legs out, and then we jump a shoulder. Again. Now from here, we can turn, if you look now, basically within a trap triangle situation here. So, as soon as this trap happens though, just to go over a few triangle basics here, I don't want to have nothing over his wrist line, because what my partner should be doing is dragging his elbow to my hip on this side. Go ahead. No. Drag it. And now posture up. And this gives him posture now. Okay, come back. So, whenever this actually happens, to stop this drag, put your elbow over. Now, pull it across. It's hard, again, because now we are essentially at the end of the lever, so it's harder for him to be able to just pull his arm all the way across. It's not impossible, but again, I'm not going to stay here long as it is. So from here, this goes down. This hand then clasps like on the name. This hand then grabs behind his head, grabbing the hold of the shin. Now we can let go. The foot goes on the hip. We make this angle change From here, I do not just cross up the figure 4 here, because again, your shoulder is still exposed. So instead, I drag my knee in front and I push, and now we actually get it. Because now as I turn, triangle locks on. Also, I get an arm bar by simply rising up too. So again, whenever we do this method here, because typically, right here again, typically if I go in this way, I know he's gonna have to put that hand down. Because again, we're pulling and we're gonna crunch this way, and I'm pulling him right here. I know that that hand actually goes down. If this hand goes down, I always try to jump his shoulder, because if you look here, you may actually be thinking, well, David, just go for his back. The problem is though, there's a gap right now between his shoulder and my chest. So if a gap's here, I typically never go for the back, because as I'm trying, he can start pulling his elbow right back in, and now we're back into playing guard again. So because of that, that's not the best available option. If his arm crosses and it plants right here, and this arm right here is within 90, you jump his shoulder always then, okay? So again, we're here. We haven't actually really just get like the hands right back in, so we already pulled. We're here. Again, this hand grabs a hold, so we just switch off. Why? Because I do not want this shoulder to actually rise up. So this acts like a counterweight here. We just jump. And again, whatever leg goes over his shoulder, we're chopping down there. 1, 2. This is the trap. This is not a sub yet. And people will then try to start going to start manipulating, but again, he can always drag their arm across. This always becomes problems here. And my thing is, I do not like having to deal with these issues. If I can actually mitigate the issues early on, let's just actually do that there. So we're gonna pinch knees, pull the heels down. This elbow goes right over his wrist, and then grab a hold of your knee. Since it's gi, you could even actually grab a hold of the pant grip too. So from here, this hand, crush up, grab a hold of shin. We make the angle. And now again, I don't just loop for a figure 4. When people do that, in fact, my cameraman gets like right here. If you look, my foot is where it's not at the bend of the knee here. There's the potential to be able to get a tap here, but a bunch of people they will lose the submission here. So we should get right back over here. Instead, once we make this angle, by dropping off like this foot and getting my head offline this way, I drag my knee back, and then my knee touches his shoulder, okay? It touches shoulder, and now we go over. And now if you look, the foot is more within the crook of the leg here. This lets me now just squeeze my knees and turn the feet, triangles on. If for whatever reason you don't feel comfortable doing this here, that's fine. Cross, pull down. This elbow, now look, right here. This elbow goes down, and then I pull my shoulder back. And what happens with his hand, it pulls him in line so that as I raise the hips, the arm bar is on then. Because essentially right here, his arm is still bent. There's a weight on it, so he is not able to pull the arm back across, but there's still a slight bend. So if I go this way, he can actually deal with this. But if I rotate my shoulder forward and then pull the elbow back, we're in line. You see how he wants to actually tap before I even rise up with a hip now. So that's how you get an extra arm bar too. So again, option 1, and that's if I'm going to go underneath here. Typically now, the better way, honestly, is to go over. So we open, and we go over, and you don't have to go super deep here at all. But from here, I'm gonna pull down this way. Now, if he were to fall this way, which is wrong, but if he were to fall this way, you see how it isolates out this arm. So then that's when now this are probably going in, stripping out, get the inverter arm lock, then everyone knows that I personally love. Normally what happens is that if I go over this way, now look, we make this switch. So I'm grabbing here. I'm pulling this arm across too. So whenever I pull, he comes here. Now, from here, I'm gonna keep shucking him this way. Okay? If for whatever reason he can actually base up, go ahead and actually base up. We pull the arm lock right back here, just like on Monday. However, more often though, that's not going to be what actually happens in the look. This elbow is going to go down here and pull him across right here. Now from here, we can just shake and I'm moving. So as I'm pulling him across, if you look, I'm going to strip out right here, looking away, and I'm pulling. Because again, if he keeps the grip here, good, keep it in. From here, this elbow drops down. This arm right here goes underneath, and now we have the flower sweep. Because now he can't actually base out, it's easier for me to be able to actually come up. So because of that, typically they're not going to keep that hand there because basically it's stupid. So again, 1, 2, look, elbow goes down. This helps to break him down as I'm pulling my knees this way. Pull right here. If his hand stays on there, stay like keep like your hand on there, please. Right here. Cool. Drop this elbow down because if this elbow stays high and then we go for the V flower and take the arm out, he can actually base up. Come back in there. So from here, if you drop your elbow down though, right here, and now we go, and now look, I'm pulling my knees in too. He can't base out. We can open up, and then the flower sweep's right here. So again, so now you're basically seeing how the different responses of him, it starts to actually open up different actions now. So let's say hypothetically though that we do get the drag all the way across though. So we do come here, we pull, he goes, oh no, he actually lets go here. His hand's in front of my wrist now. This is not cool. I will use my legs to push away and then rotate them here. Now from here, I'm pulling him to where his shoulder touches my sternum. So as soon as this happens, let go. And then grab a hold at his lat here. Because his shoulder is now touching my sternum, I have direct access to the back now. So from here, we unlock, and what we're gonna do is do a scissoring motion as we're pulling out, like we're drawing back a bow. So from here, again, here we pull, we scissor. Close your arm right back up, then again. And now we unlock, we scissor again. And you look how this is essentially turning his back here. Now from here, as soon as I can actually connect my sternum to his spine, I do it, and now the arm comes underneath here, and we grab a hold. Now I do this again. We pull, scissor, you see how that turns his body now. Now we can actually lock in the grips, start doing whatever attacks are. You can put your feet positioning however you want to. If you want to go ahead and triangle up, that's cool too, whatever. So again. So from here though, if I had to go over right here, just pull him in here. Now as I scissor and we're pulling, if his hand comes off at any point in time here, I always switch it out, and now pull his shoulder in, and we grab over. If you look, see, I can grab a hold of his lat. I cannot get underneath his armpit to get access to the collar. That's fine. I will get there eventually. So again, we shrimp, and we're pulling up this way. I want this arm actually to be punching down this way. So as we scissor our legs in place, you see how that makes it turn. Now we always cross the feet back up though, because again, some people are very squirmy. Maybe he even tries, standing, whatever. So close your feet up, open up again, scissor, and again, notch that bow. When I can go underneath, grab a hold then. Grab a hold high. Pull his shoulder back now this time. This hand still is in punching down this way. You see how that turns his hips now. From here, we lock in the grip. I don't typically like going this way. I like to go ahead and feed the collar in. I'll feed it. I will feed this in first, because now whatever type of chokes I actually want to do, I'm set up now essentially. Even if he's attacking the hands, go right in. That's fine. But I've already got a hold actually within the collar. I know that it's a matter of time before I can get my wrist to get within like this gap here. But at least it's, because again, we're playing with the gi here. I don't want to have to be here. Now he attacks hands. Go right ahead. And now I've got to both free the hand up, and I've got to open up the collar. Instead, just open up the collar early, connect, and then just actually grab on. Another way of playing this too, whenever you open up the collar, you put your hand in. Instead of you going for like this for this collar, and then he starts attacking like your top hand. So instead of allowing this to happen, go back. As soon as I open up right here, go ahead and actually monkey paw over your hand here. Now go ahead. It's harder, and then even as he grabs the hold, cool. Now this lets me actually then make up the gap now. So that's just one of those tricks. I can already get here, and I can actually clasp over. This is still basically a seatbelt variant, and it's hard to actually get out from here, because no matter what, they will basically attack whatever they can actually get. And as I'm flaring this elbow up, he's just grabbing hold and go right ahead. Okay, cool. And now I've slid, the hand in more. So I went from having a strong grip right here to actually releasing it and then sliding it up then. Okay, so right back in here again. Sometimes too, again, as we're dragging across, if he can't get this post out, the smart thing to do is for him to get this leg up. Because again, he just doesn't want to get broken down. Again, if you were within the passer position here, you want as much distance as possible. If I'm playing from the guard, I need to basically control space here. So as we open up, we chop down and grab a hold. So that with scissor, pull the hand on. If he actually steps up, again, you see how right now we do not have the angle though to go to his back. Because if you look, his shoulder's right here. It's not going into my sternum. And again, this is not me saying the stomach. It literally has to be at the sternum, because now he is at my center line. Right now he's off center line. So because he's off center line, I'm not wasting time for his back roll. But his posture is just a bit broken down. Okay? This elbow, my left elbow, is then going to wing down towards my hip. Okay, so this elbow is then going to be winging down right here. And as it wings down, I'm going to open my legs, and I'm scooping underneath here. Now, the right leg kicks up, left leg, we just draw this knee back in. Okay, so from here, now look. Let's me jump again. And now we essentially are back to where we were on Monday. You could actually attack from here. Personally, I really do not like doing arm bars from the guard at all. I don't. Instead, I would rather just put you down and then establish whichever arm bar that I want from here. Reason being, one of my friends was talking about this, I think actually earlier this week on like Facebook, about his back hurting. I don't like getting stacked. Whenever you actually get stacked, like come here, even if I have a great arm bar, if he's stacking me hard, eventually I'm going to be able to get the tap. But if you look, come on, man, I'm on my neck here. And to me, honestly, it's just not worth it though. So if I can get the arm bar, but I have enough power and enough angle, well, actually more structural power here and angle to have this lane, I'll arm bar you all day. But if you were too far forward, like right here, go right hit that me here, I'm gonna go ahead and sweep, push you down, because I really would rather you not have weight stacked into your neck line. You may win the battle, but honestly, as you actually get older, you'll have a lot more neck problems and a lot more back issues too, and that's simply because you were being extremely stubborn on V-stack. So either A, we will stop V-stack early, which is what we went over last time, or B, if you jump with the shoulder, sweep them immediately then. Okay? So what we'll do next week though, we'll go back over a few more no-gi techniques, specifically from side control, and we'll keep with this format of us going back and forth between gi versus like no-gi. Remember too, next Wednesday will also be the question and answer session. So whatever questions that you guys actually have, get those questions, ready, and then we'll answer those on Wednesday. So talk to you guys later. Bye.